Normally, me have my full whole on my screen. See me. Alright, big up on yourself. Welcome, bro. That is it. Welcome, the General CMA. You see me? Yeah, so we're up on YouTube and TikTok. Same time. First time I use my TikTok with YouTube. CMA, Camille McFarlane, checking CMA. Pleasant good night. Welcome to Twin Supreme Radio Show, my fans. So this is part 3. This is part 3 of the conversation about how could we make relationship work. All right. So Latanya, tonight would love to have you on that call tonight. We appreciate that. See me, everybody over there on TikTok, big up on yourself. Tap up the screen, my people. Like, share, and comment. Share up the live. See me. 4 people there. Can I get 4 likes on the screen? Please and thank you. Really appreciate it. By preaching. See me. Always delight. Enough to have you guys over here. See me. Yeah, man. Like up the live. Share up the live. And a week time when we come off our live, people, but I really appreciate if you guys, share the live as well, see me, as me. So, I don't know anything coming already. Twin Supreme Radio Show, I know we're there in our building, see me. Alright, me G, big up yourself, bro. You see me? They up on my live on YouTube, see me. And I connect with TikTok as well. You see me? So, big up on yourself. You see me? Yeah, man. So we are going to the endorsement because I come down already same way. As in, we have to remember the structure and the foundation. Goofy's Garage Pan South Spring Road, they get the finest mechanic and bodywork service each and every week. Same way, as in, right in front of the Development Center. As in, Bowl and Bossy Entertainment Road, the Water Lane Studios. As in, go and check them out. You understand? Yeah, man, right? So you can get your mix recordings. You see me? Vicky, big up yourself. Miss McClish, you see me? All the good things. See me? Yeah, man. Go and check them out. See me? Don't forget Fresh Kitty and more. You see me? So check out Fresh Kitty and more. Fresh Kitty and more of all the stuff for the ladies. Female fragrances. See me? The essential oil. A soap. See me? The pills for the yeast infection. So go over the on IG. Check out Fresh Kitty and more. Right there. So the thing there. You understand, my people? Big up on yourself. Don't forget Alexia's Classic Swimwear. Yeah, man, from 6 to 12-year-old, they get swimwear for your kids. Alright? Yeah, man. So your daughters, them, have somewhere to go. They have a variety of stuff you can pick from. Alright? Don't forget Stunting Watch and Accessories. Big up yourself, Asha. Don't know where you're going with same meal of the mindset of being an entrepreneur and actually starting in that direction. Yeah, man, right there, so same meal. So, we get them over here same way. We have Latanya love in the building. We have Camille. We have Mr. Palmer. We have Vicky McClish. Good night. We appreciate you guys for being here. See, yeah, see me and my sister over here on TikTok. Same way. TikTok Universe. Big up on yourself. Welcome to Twin Supreme Radio Show. Alright, Jamie. So we are use YouTube down and TikTok up there. So see? So just get with the program. Alright, DJ Twin, checking over the on TikTok. You see? So we just aligning the lives with lives and getting the thing for work. See, and testing it this way. So big up yourself. Thank you for all I give. Really appreciate you guys for being here. Yeah, man, respect DJ Twin. So you know anything come down. So yeah. Females, when in a comment same way and on TikTok same way. Topic is what could make a relationship work. You see me? What could make a relationship work? I just because me have to back and forth to the 2 screens and same way. But you can send no feedback in the chat same way. You can read the comments, yeah, and share reviews on that. Alright? So with no further ado, see the callers them ready. Always appreciate if you have Chimp on the live as well. So, Trim, you ready? Yeah, man. Alright, welcome back, Chin. Welcome back. Share up the live, same way. You see me? Every day I go add some people to the call. Add Latanya love to the call, same way.
Yo, Chin, you know what I'm on the road with there right now.
Okay. Alright, cool.
But if on the road right now, I'm trying to go in. And I have a couple things that give me, so I have next day with me, I'm trying to go in.
All right,
Let me
cool.
read to you.
All right, cool. No problem.
Yeah.
All right. Check female superstar. Nothing no go on, Salatania. I guess you on the floor tonight. You see me? Big up DJ Pin over there on TikTok as well, saying me. Latanya love, good night.
Bye.
Alright. Just a check in, same way. And I'm gonna try to see if we can invite Gaten to the car. You know? But welcome. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm not sure internet. I'm trying to. Okay. Alright. Good night. So the topic is tonight, how can or how could we as people make relationship work? So, you know, we're in a relationship with other people and you know, people just you know, seems to get it now really work in a way or we would have want to work. So we can drop comments the chats. We really appreciate it because we're actually on YouTube right now. Right? How can you make a relationship work? What you can do? We not take no requests for no box right now on TikTok, alright? Because we're actually on YouTube. Alright, Latanya love. So we're gonna get in a show because we not here can not take it all same way, isn't it? We never get fair feedback on the live last week. So we'd love to get your perspective, and some of the approach you would take as a female.
Relationships take work. They take time.
Mm-hmm.
They take time and effort.
Yes.
I think, some of the things we talked about before, there's your communication. There's taking the time to understand the other person.
Sure.
And the main thing, one thing that I think that helped make relationships work is the work you do on yourself.
Say that again. The work you do on who?
On yourself.
Okay.
It starts with you.
Yeah,
it starts with you.
All right. So share up your live, my people. Share up your live on YouTube. Share up your live on TikTok, same way. So we have a relationship conversation, same way. We can get ladies' perspective on relationship and some of the errors that we as guys make or some of the errors that you as ladies make that you really look into and try to change about relationship and how you could make it work. Some turnaround, some different stuff. So continue.
Yeah, you have to because you have self-love first, so you know how to love, and then you have to know how to relate, know what you want, know your triggers within all your relationships, whether it's relationship with a significant other, a parent, a sibling, or just a friend. Knowing how to consider the other person. So there's a lot that goes into making a relationship work.
Okay. All right, cool. A DJ can send invite TikTok no. Can you send invite? If I'm not, I think we could have it in a discussion pan because it could have worked. It can work. But me now go full up it. See me crosses, big up yourself. Yeah man, welcome. See me. So me there for me YouTube same way on YouTube and TikTok. So that I use the two platforms them same way, you see me. What could make relationship work? You see me? Yeah, crosses, big up yourself, DJ Twin. And also what I love have up on the live same way. So we go invite just DJ Twin same way. You see me? Just in case we can have him same way, you see me? But we can invite some more people in our box. We don't let on your love and hear for them feedback from TikTok to over here. So don't. And I think that's
okay.
Yeah man, check in DJ Twin.
Hold on, let me connect on the noise cancellation headphones.
Okay. The only thing is now I have this sound for TikTok amplified because you know so close to the computer. So I think that I only think would have to go try to make work tonight. But we can have
just connect it.
we can connect it to the box, man.
Just call me straight.
No man, we can connect it straight, man. We can connect the phone to the box, same way. And still can get a better. Remember say I 2 platforms that I use now, so if I call you straight then that means I have to use 1 platform.
Okay.
Yeah, if I get the understanding same way, you see me? Yeah, and don't forget to give away my people same way. You see me? Yeah man. But we not can invite some more people in our box to now have a general discussion around that same way and see how that work out. No? Alright. Yeah man. Alright. So Stacy, same way. Running one there. Lord God, me never. Calm down, boy, boo. Me there, relax. Alright, me there on one. Me a YouTube or something actually there on me show right now, see me. So we just want, we don't want the noisy background. We don't want your feedback, guys. A conversation about relationship. How could you make a relationship work? We don't want just your feedback. So see me some of the things them where you look on as a woman where you make some errors, where you could have changed or where you would have changed as a female. You understand? So Latanya love. So we can give back the floor and continue.
Yeah, I think sometimes we can be selfish. It's something as a female that we could different. You know, sometimes we want it to be all about ourselves, but understanding that there's always 2 people in a relationship.
Yes.
And so you always want to consider the other person.
Yeah. I appreciate that you use that factors because most females don't think about that, you know. Like even with starting, you know, like starting with somebody new, you know, talking to somebody new, that's a whole different game changer, you know. For me, I look at it in a perspective to say, you know, I don't want to be in a relationship for the first day with somebody new, you know. I rather to be friends with you. And then, you know, we could see how that friendship escalate and all the different stuff, you know. See how much I really like you, get to know you a little bit better, you know. See if what you like, I like the same stuff, you know, so we can actually work together. Because, you know, not everybody can are willing to work together, right?
Right.
So I guess for me, looking at a relationship, it's easier for me or better for me to start with from a friend perspective to say, hey, we're starting out as friends. So you know what we go along. If this don't work out, it's not so hard on us to say, hey, you hurt me or you make me feel some type of way. You make me feel like you know you was so serious about this relationship or you said you want me or you know because sometimes for the first week you say some stuff to people they take it personal to be personal commitments and I don't think that is fair for a female and I don't think it's fair for a male to go through stuff like that, you know, to commit on the first week, you know, to agree on a lot of stuff on the first week to say, hey, this is the case. I'm all in 100% without getting to know that person. Even with sexual, because, you know, you have to put all, you can't exclude anything in terms of sexually, right? You commit to this person, agree to the relationship right there from the get-go, and then you don't know if this person can really please you, give you that pleasure, give you that sensation to make you say, yes, this is a keeper. I need to be with this person. Because all of these stuff matter in a relationship for it to work. Most females just want to say, yes, I want to be in a relationship with you. But wanting to be in a relationship with me, you have to first understand me, what I am about, the things that I like, the things that I like to do, where I like to go, to see, hey, if we have anything in common where we could compromise and try to make it work. We could be 2 people liking each other but think differently, going in 2 different directions. How is that going to be a relationship?
So So are you saying from the male's perspective, you feel like females move too fast and want to jump into a relationship immediately? Where from the men's perspective, you're more taking your time?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
I would yes, that's my stand on the topic, in terms of, you know, you would want to more understand a person, not just, you know, at the get-go you said yes, this is it, and you make that commitment, that person can satisfy you, or you're gonna feel you're gonna let him in. You're still gonna walk out of that, right? Because you're not gonna stay, because there's no satisfaction inside.
Yeah. And from a female perspective, though, is sometimes, yes, I would agree. Sometimes we can have a habit of moving too fast. But a lot of that
good night. Yeah, man. Respect. Yeah. Thank you for that, CM. Good night. Twin Supreme family, Twin Supreme Radio Show family, welcome over TikTok, over YouTube, CMA. So if you don't want to join the channel on YouTube, you don't know, say a Twin Supreme Radio Show. Yeah, man. Go over there on YouTube, find it, CMA. Over here, so TikTok, but you know, we still have an audience in here, CMA. So if you don't want to participate, you can send no comments, no feedback in the chats, you know, we read out no comments. Yeah, continue, Latanya. Natalie.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that perspective.
Yes.
But I would agree. I think initially, you know, you want to. Relationships take time to build.
Yes.
You know, except for the ones that, you know, you're more or less forced into, as far as family. But as far as a male and a female, yeah, relationships take time and effort. They take learning each other and communication and considering one another. So yeah, it definitely. But in the first, sometimes when you meet someone, the chemistry that you feel is so great that you think from day one it's possible to say, okay, this is it. It depends on the situation.
I will agree with you. And it all depending on the situation and the connection. But you have to feel this out to see if it lasts, you know. Some of these is just for a minute, just for an hour, just for a day. So, you know, as I already stated, you know, time definitely prove all of this, you know, to say, yeah, man, this can definitely work, or, you know, this person keep me going, feeling this type of way. Maybe you are a motivational person, you know, trying to uplift yourself and change your life. And then you meet me for the first time, commit to me, hey, listen, this is the case, I want to have your kids and all that kind of stuff. Then you realize I'm not that type of person who you would love to, you know, go so far with. You realize to say, hey, he can't really satisfy me. He's not the person who I think he was or who I wanted to be with, in terms of, you know.
And I think that's fine. I think sometimes men think that a woman is, men always feel like a woman is so emotional and that she's gonna, you know, at the very beginning, oh, I wanna, you know, is so heavily committed. But a lot of women, especially mature women, we can be both. We can jump in with 2 feet, but also understanding that what you're saying, that it does take time. And in the beginning, you know, with most relationships in the beginning, there's a honeymoon phase, you know, which you hope lasted more than a day or a week or a month. You know, eventually the honeymoon phase is going to come to an end. But like you said, that comes with time and getting to know and being friends with one another, to know is what's going to happen or where it's going to go. But that goes back to the communication between the 2 people. When you communicate, you know, what you both want and what you both are looking for, and you know, and go from there and build that friendship. Because friendships don't happen overnight.
Good.
So it all comes back to the same, you know, to the same concept of time and communication.
Yeah, me and here a little bit. What me I do? Give me a minute, see me. I feel time, man. I set up the box for this stand right now. As we speak, so just give me a minute.
Actually, more, I have a question.
Yeah, man. All right. So give me a minute. Give me a minute. TikTok. Give me a minute. YouTube. Yeah, man. Definitely. Alright, twin man, go on.
Yeah, you're allowed to play now.
Oh, hold on, never put the jack in your phone. Never put the jack in. Never put the jack in your phone. Oh man, me know that man. Me find a way how to gauge it. That's why I try to check the audio. Go on now. Alright, so I come plug in. One thing. Yeah, check. Here we go. Alright, yeah man, that loud and clear enough. See them way. Okay, cool. I got a question based on the statement Mr. was making. Hold on, may I try? Hold on the thing. Give me a minute. May I try find somewhere we can put the track where you not interrupt the live itself. Just make I come down in front of the screen. I'm gonna see that professional. Alright, find out. Alright, check it again. Alright, check. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Alright. Okay, so based on the statement earlier on Miss Love was making was saying that because basically you're making a valid point about the whole moving too fast in relationships. So isn't it an issue when you meet a female and say, yo, you just want to be friends where they get that misconstrued and think friends meaning you only want to have sex with them versus understanding. This is somebody I want to learn to grow with and learn about before we actually get to the whole deep in-depth relationship. Because most ladies are just friends. They're like, okay, cool. Then I'm not supposed to have sex with you, give my body to you because we're not in a relationship. And if you only want friends, they think you're only trying to use them. And honestly, from my opinion and my way going forward right now is I don't like put a label on like a relationship, like saying, oh, it's friendship or a relationship or whatever. Like getting to know somebody nowadays, once you put the label on it, is like everything just gets totally out of control because persons tend to think, okay, cool, once I know I'm your girlfriend or we're in a relationship or whatever the case is, like people tend to get out of control based on their ideas of what they think a relationship is and versus what they think they want out of a relationship or what they want to make it to be for themselves. Because we all know most people in relationships are very selfish, right? For sure. We got both people in a relationship, and most people only think about what they want out of it, and they never know that okay, cool, this is two people. So we have levels of compromising where we know okay, cool, I can't be the only person in this situation where I'm going to, only think about my wants and my needs and don't care about how you feel.
Good night. I'm sorry to interrupt, but good night to the twins. Good night, Stacy.
Good night.
Good night.
So we have Latanya Love Pani, Sammy Boo. We have Latanya Love Pani line. That are
Good night,
WhatsApp. Alright, so we have YouTube over here, so we have TikTok, CMA. So this is part 3. So this is our third week upon a topic here. How could we make relationship work? You see me? Some people going too fast. You see me? Some people want to commit on the first day. And for me, or my perspective, I think when you somebody start out as friends and then you work your way to the relationship, I think that way better. I think it work way more easy another way there and it make things easy. Alright, give me a minute. I have an important call pertaining to work tomorrow. Worry. Alright, so I'm not sure if Latanya Love can hear me. Can you hear me? Eh? Yo, I'm going to be. You're on your swing, you know. And the shit can't hear me. Some question to you though. When it come out, how would you appreciate getting in a relationship with a man right for the first time, and you say, okay, I want to be friends with you first, and then approaching that situation based on what he said, because word of context. If a man say to you as a female he wants to be friends first, how do ladies interrupt that? Interpret that whole statement.
In terms of being friends first, nothing is wrong with it.
No, but I'm talking about the interpretation, because most ladies take when a man say they want to be friends first, they get it misconstrued, because most ladies can't say that. Like the interpretation, what I'm getting back is like, oh, you don't want me, you just want to have sex with me. I have this privilege to be, you know what I mean, with me just because of that approach. So that's what I'm getting back from most females. How do you interpret it? Like your personal interpretation.
My personal interpretation, a man never come to me point blank and say, let's be friends first. No. But I have known persons that it happened to. And it reached to a case where that particular person eventually move on because she just don't feel like the person they get connected to her.
But and that's totally fair. That is the reason why not to jump and pick a relationship label on it from day one, because we understand as guys, right, being logical. See me and live with me is two different things.
Right.
And out of everybody in this world, there's a couple people you're going to, you know what I mean, gel and form that bond with. Most people you meet is just going to come for a reason, and you're not going to have that bond with most people. So for the few persons that you're going to have that relationship with, I think my opinion, even right now, what I got going on, because what I got going on a situationship, like we have no labels on it. Like she be like, oh, what am I to you? I'm like, you know what, we're going to take this slow and then see where it goes. If we can't do that, then I'm not going to put a label on, oh, you're my girlfriend or in a relationship or whatever, because you know what? Relationship label. Yeah, because relationship label come with how the person think a relationship should be. And that's the interpretation I have no idea or clue over, because I can't think for the person. So most time people think when they hear I'm in a relationship, they have their own understanding of what a relationship is. And they bring that to you personally and think, okay, cool. You said we're in a relationship based on my understanding of a relationship. This is all the labels I'm going to slap on the relationship and the ingredients that's supposed to come with it. And you not knowing all the ingredients and all the labels now, you're going to get defensive and have the pushback when you see the person approaching you too strong or too weak. You understand? So all of these different labels tend to be the reason why most relationships don't work. However, my opinion on how to make a relationship work, to me personally, is actually to learn the person I'm dating, so me can understand how to communicate effectively with that person. That's my approach. Alright, cool.
Yeah, dating is very important. And I'm a woman, and I would say this to all young boys, based on society, based on what's going on, based on previous relationships towards myself and others. Yes, if we woman and man take the time out, you're not going to ask somebody T to T what you think about this person. But you can do it in a jovial way by asking, I mean, like sit around person who you think know that particular person there to get a feedback. That works too. Because as you said, twin, see me and come live with me are two different something. Because me can deal with Omari and the date Omari and he show me everything good. You see, once we go in the first night there and it lick to lick, it's a different Omari. You get what me I say? So that's my perspective. But when me I look a man or date a man, no, because we all name solved. We definitely need to know you ever got prison yet, you ever do this yet. You understand? Have you ever involved in any crime? I mean, your fourth parents, your father dead, where your father dead from? All of them look for something there. No, them look for something else too. Your background check is very important.
All right. We hear that Sammy same you. We want to give Latanya love. We want to give Latanya love. So, a minute on the floor, CMA. Wake up yourself. Thank you for joining Coda. So we have
Thank you, Coda.
We have 11 people over here on TikTok, CMA 12, and you know, Facebook, YouTube, CMA. So Latanya love, from my brother's perspective a while ago, CMA, what would you say? But give me a minute to read Vicky comments, CMA. So true. Because you would have to know the type of person, that individual, before you actually take it serious. And that's why I say, you see me, that's why I say that, Vicky, you see me. So you get to know if somebody see me and pin attack of the same perspective. So females like to look on it said because you say you want to be friends with them before in a relationship. Then think you just want to use them because they want a little sex. But even sex is important. You have to know if somebody who you go commit yourself with long term. You don't know somebody and them a virgin and you are virgin and then you know like when you have sex, when you have the most please you and you don't marry, you go divorce. So why sense? You better you have a little pity sex for now and get over it one or one, 2 times more than go commit something now where it is like a suicide. Why would you commit something?
And we have a thing to say about that too. Females who depend the life, when you don't meet a man and the man they give on no heart, no lack on no front, because that's the reason why the man they spending money. If you even they say you not give nothing, and if I even one time, make sure say no open up on no soul because no want take the man things and no want give the man nothing and that no work because pussy a man best friend, them love front. So here what no want hold the man, no give the man take man things and give them what they want because basically I saw it go and the only thing in return you can offer them is front and sometimes other stuff otherwise. So the laptop business no work.
All right, Sammy Boo. So Latanya love, for your time again.
Yeah. So it's about being honest up front with what you want. So most men, and like she said, most men aren't coming up to you and saying, "Oh, you know, I want to be friends first." Or, you know, it's the whole cat and mouse game. But if you want sex, let's say it's sex. Say, call it what it is. What are you looking for? Hey, you look good. You want, if 2 people, you 2 grown adults, if you just want sex, it can be just sex. But if you want more, and that's known up front, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Yes. Oh, but, you know, I want to start out as friends. It's about that upfront, honest communication about what you want. And then go from there. And if you putting a label on it, like he said he doesn't want to put a label, but a friendship is a label. So what you have to do is you have to have boundaries within that friendship. Okay, well, you know what, I'm interested in you. I want to get to know you better. So you put time and effort into getting to know this person. In that, there's communication, right? With okay, this is kind of what I need. This is what you need. And if you have those conversations, then you know, of course, we're human, so you know, yeah, we're emotional and things happen. It may not go the way that you plan, but just be honest up front. If you want sex, call it sex and keep it moving. If you don't, if you want more, or if you're looking for more, you see more, say that and then move accordingly.
So I want to add to that, Latanya love, just to say, in terms of that, you know, meeting a person and being friends with them leave a lot of room for improvements because that person could have a particular traits, some ways, some styles, the way she carry herself, and just the way she cares about you in terms of you being that person to say, okay, maybe I'm less fortunate. And this lady just come into my life and, you know, she take me up from the get-go. She motivate me. She hold my hands towards stuff, you know. She's actually a teacher. And I feel so much, you know, for her. Because, you know, sometimes you're going to want a relationship. You're not going to look for go fall in love. But the person wears his style and his approach in all essence, Orient, big up yourself, blessings, you see me? In all of that now can make you now change your mind towards what you want now and the commitment where you're willing to have. Because my personality going on a relationship, one woman can see me and just like me because he might have say, yo, he look nice, he here tall, he here pretty, whatever. Same way, and then she come in a relationship, not even a look a relationship, but she come in, they look for something most likely some look of fun time, and then she get the fun time now, and the fun time now we out the benefit of the relationship, we outdo the fun time. So him start
Yeah,
looking
because he
deeper.
grow up to love you more.
So that's why I say if you start from a friendship perspective, then you can get, then you have the room to improve against both parties to know say, yo, you know, say this can work, or all of my life, this is what I really look for in a woman. And me find this particular person. So yes, now you will think about go ahead, people go propose, think about married, think about settle down, think about picking. You see me? But until you know, me not think you right, see me, because they say see me and live with me are two different things. I mean, honestly believe in that. Because a lot of people come in your life same way, then come in your life nice, then come in your life sweet, then willing to give your world. And the first week, the first month, when you get go, and then they realize that you have this drunker style, this hooligan habit. Yeah, so you know, say this turn me off, boy. You're nice, you know. Okay, fine. Beyond that niceness, be what your traits, your ways, your mindset, not right. Your attitude stinks same way, because you have some woman who take up your, or some man who take up in their personal space, and when you get to go in, say me first week might be nice, but the next 2 weeks you may start treat you some kind of way where you think you deserve or you expect from him. What you go do now at that point in time when you make those just decisions already and make some serious steps. You know, think to me think we have to be more mindful or be more cautious when it comes to making certain decisions. That's my perspective.
Yeah, the same thing you said too. That's so true. That's I'm glad they actually bring in the man them do it too.
All right. So well,
And the next thing again, you see this pretending it no work for long, as we twins say. Because me can meet the man here and then me a pretend with him nice and cool for about a month or two. And by the time we get close, me start give him attitude, think. He might go run, you know. And when me like the boy certain way, he might go run, him now go stay kind of say, yo, this is enough for me.
Good.
He can't work with this.
This is not my type.
You understand? So it's on both sides.
On both sides.
Yep.
On both sides. Well, Sammy, Latanya, you want to say something, no?
No, I was agreeing to what you were saying. It's on both sides, yeah. Because once the honeymoon, sometimes it's the honeymoon phase, and it only lasts. It lasts until it lasts, and so you know, on both sides, it's something you may see something that changes, and it's just like, oh, you know, you see a red flag, what you do? When the red flags, you run. You say, okay, now this is not it, and that's okay.
That's okay, and ladies who look into that aspect of life, they say, yo, it's okay when we realize that this man is not my real type, or you know, understand my love language, same way. As we went talk about the 5 love language, same way. You see me? Some people work easy with them love language are listening, they want to hear it every day, say, baby, you're nice, and I love you, but they don't want to see it. You understand? Me might a different same between brother say same thing when me say same way. My love language when I never know no boy even love language same way, but me understand say my commitment when it comes to love is action. So me know me might never tell one woman say, or we never tell one woman say me love you. Just by just saying it, because me don't want to say it and it meaningless. Me don't want to say it and it empty. Because 99.9% of people will actually tell we say they love we. The action say that. That's a big question we all ask yourself. Is the action the match where the words are said? You not see action, but you hear words every day. Same way. And right there, so you feel empty, you feel lonely, you feel left out, you feel not appreciated because you're not seeing any action. And me think action in a relationship way more vital than you get up every day. I tell me, but how much you love me? Me hear that, me can hear that, but me can't see it. What is more real to people? Something where they hear or where they see?
Well said. And what I want to add to what Latanya Love was saying is the way man approach relationships or situationships or friendships is totally different. I just want to add this in there so females can learn about us versus, you know what I mean, females saying they know us. So the whole thing is that a man don't really plan a relationship.
Thank
A man
you.
go
That's the love is
into
an
a
action word.
relationship with the action of, okay, cool, I'm going to see who you are as a person, and then we work with what we get and then what I want. If I'm seeing what I want, that man will fall in love with you. What I'm seeing with females, I'm not sure. So maybe let the, you know what I mean, the females them speak on the side. The females more have it lined up where, okay, once you say friendship, I already put in a zone because we already understand the whole friend zoning of a man. When a woman put in a friend zone, you won't come out of a friend zone next. If a woman put in a, okay, you're the nice, sexy man which attracted to zone, you will stay in that zone. If you're going in the relationship zone, most time female keep you in that zone. So because female more think in compartmentalized ways in terms of what I'm learning. You know what I mean? More to speak on that later on. Fix phone funny so we can understand better. But we are females that have dealt with people look for life in another way. Like once they put in a certain box, this is the box they check you in, and then you know get really change out of the box. However, for we as man, we don't really want to check in on it. We check in the friend box, and then they move on to the relationship box, to the girlfriend box, to the wife box. We will allow you to elevate yourself to each and every different levels because that's how we think, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the actions of the person to match our energy, and then we can, okay, who will always give you the upgrade. So what I've seen with females that I've dealt with so far, the females that have actually stick a label on, once they put a label on it, they actually tend to just want to stay in that zone. They never want to do the upgrade thing because if they say, okay, I'm a girlfriend, then I'm not your wife. I'm just a girlfriend. I'm saying, yo, if you're my friend and we're trying to see where this goes, it's like, oh, you just don't want me, you just want sex.
Yeah.
And these are different levels where it come on to when man and woman we don't really compare to say, okay, we just want sex. We're just trying to meet somebody to see if we are that person are compatible, and then we can move forward to the next stage. So that's basically a man approach. Female approach seems totally different. This is really why I feel like we are all getting each other misconstrued and mostly listening to hear, oh, man wrong or woman wrong. And we have to remember the topic of the conversation is how can we improve relationships? So we're not pointing fingers who wrong or right or whatever the case is. The wrong have nothing to do with the conversation. What can we do, you know what I mean, to improve it? So that's what I want to that's what I want to hear from the ladies in terms of like, how do you guys look at when you check a box and put in a guy in the friend zone box, or in the relationship box, boyfriend box, or the attractive man where ladies are attractive, because that man is totally different. You know, the attractive man where ladies want to jump all the hoops up. That one they get the one night stand, the exciting sex and all of these stuff, and then you have a next man now where, okay, cool, let me see what we can do with him, and then if I need him, then I'll take him up at that point. Because we as man, we are learning from your guys' actions, not your words. So what's your perspective on that? Latanya Love, what I want to hear your perspective on it. Sammy Bowden, Stacy.
Yeah, no, I don't think, yeah, women can put men in a friend zone, but they don't have to stay there. I do think that we allow space to be moved out of a friend zone, especially if we already in agreement that, okay, we're going to be friends first, and then, see how it progresses. But there are some times where, that's just where you belong in a friend zone because based on how you've communicated and so far, that, hey, I want X, Y, and Z, and he can only give me E, F, and G. So I'm not going to, there's no way that we can move beyond a friend zone because we are in two different places. We want two different things. So, so yeah, I think as women, we can probably just better communicate and understand in the beginning, what is it that we're looking for? Acknowledge what it is and be honest with ourselves and to the other person, what we want, what we're looking for. and also understand what the man wants. And then if we agree, if we can come together, we can move forward, be friends, take it slow, or see what happens. But I think that it can definitely be moved out of the friend zone. Sometimes there's opportunity for that. And also, yeah, you can be a girlfriend, you can be a wife, or you can be, just a lover. But I have to know my role. If you're now we're given labels, if we're putting labels on things, then those labels come with roles and identification. So yeah, I can't, if I'm your girlfriend, I'm not going to play your wife's role. I can't be your wife if I'm only your girlfriend. If you want those privileges, then there's things that you have to move to move me to wife position, and then I play that role. So that comes along with it also. Once you get to the labeling outside of, oh, we're just a friend, we're going to move beyond friendship.
Okay, so all right, so you see we're getting messed up now because we as a man, once we're in a relationship with you, we're willing to be the boyfriend, the husband, the helper, the everything. But we tend to take on those roles based on how you treat us, and not because we said it, or because you just give us a boyfriend role, we're gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna be nothing more than a boyfriend to you. So you see where the different perspective comes in mindset, where we're willing to always grow and don't care about, hey, okay, I'm a boyfriend today, but now I see you level up. Now I'm gonna treat you like a wife, because basically a person is a wife before they actually get the title,
By their ways, by
their ways and their actions. You understand? So basically, when we think of it, it's like, okay, cool. So if this is how females are going to approach the situation, know that you that put a thinking man like myself, and I understand your perspective because you're a well grown female who understand the different levels that, you know what I mean, went to your trauma, did all this big stuff. So most females don't even half think like you. You understand? If you look at the society on a general basis. So we're not talking about, you know what I mean, the grown females that actually have the mental capacity to comprehend and understand this conversation. We're talking about on the wider scale. However, for man, it don't really work the same way because we're willing to play the wife, the husband role, the boyfriend role, and all of these roles for a woman just because. But why would a woman not want to just work with the flow and decide, guess what? I'm not going to just stick with the label or whatever the case is, because just like you said, every single label that you put on it comes with certain qualities. But a man who take a woman seriously don't care about the label. We're just going to come with our qualities and just improve ourselves and improve the relationship based on, you know what I mean, how we stay as a person and based on your actions, you know what I mean, how much you're putting in. So why females don't think the same way? That's my question.
Stella,
why females does not take it the same way?
Stella,
because
hold on, Sammy.
I would say,
Sammy, Stella, we in there from last week where we up on YouTube alone, same way. And when they try to get Stella, but Stella number never safe in iPhone. You see me, so I could have called him on WhatsApp. So I want Stella, send a request anywhere you're there. I want a request, same way, you see me. Alright, I don't want to full up the box, my people. All of my friends them on TikTok, I don't want to full up the box tonight, same way, because I'm not just TikTok alone. Same way, it's a YouTube channel we are do, so we are trying to, see how we work with the two sides, same way, so we don't want to full up the box, same way. So we have some people who are on pick already, to be on the show, for YouTube, so that's why we are working the way, alright? That's a code, my general. Big up yourself, Father. Milana, big up yourself, thank you for your top, same way, everybody who there, same way. 10 level people there, bless up on yourself. More, you see me? TikTok boss, big up yourself. More hear from Stella. So send Stella a request for me. Sammy who reach out to him or DJ to whichever one. See me. Want Stella up on the line. Because she will have something.
well, I hear everything what you say. All she have to do is send a request and she come up. She's there.
Okay. No, you know, see her. That's why I said that. CMA, Milk, Sexy, CMA, Daily Laughter, Sammy Boo, Ricardo, Milano, Father, CMA, Alisa, Missy Boo, big up on yourself. Everybody who there upon your life, CMA, respect. Stella, send a request. Alright, continue, Sammy.
In regards to what Stacey Love, she said earlier, she's right.
Latanya.
Latanya, oh, I'm sorry. When it comes to labels, starting from the friendship, yes, we can start as friend and you upgrade. But if you're going to say, listen, we are going to be friends, nothing personal. Oftentimes people mix that. We are friends, nothing personal. When you start get connected, it grows more out of context, right? In regards to the question between asked, labeled, we female love to be labeled. But when it comes to girlfriend, we not like your majority of we, not like your is my girlfriend or she's my girlfriend. We think that if we are sex the man 1, 2, 3, 4 times, it should be fiance or that's my wife here rating. Yeah, we love them. I'm being honest. We love them talk them. But when it comes to the wifey part of it, you don't get it. You earn it. You work for it. So you have to make the man comfortable. Talk to the man, make him know where you're up to, because now the man go tell a T to T where him up to where him want. I bought a uno. So knowledge. Reason we don't one another, make the man comfortable. You see that space thing there, make him have him personal space. A lot of people don't understand that personal space. Yes, he will come in moody or talk to you moody at times, make he or she feel comfortable. And then one can grow. That's how growth come into play.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. I agree. I agree.
I would agree.
All right.
I agree.
Latanya agree. So sexy Stacy, they are in a box in a list to see me. I hope your background silent. Would love to get your feedback based on the topic. Well said, Sammy.
When me would have said based on what Tina say, right now, I would actually put myself to say, me I go do a girlfriend role. Me do everything same way, same way. Anything where him do, me do the same thing too. And make him feel the way him making me feel. You understand? So if him do majority of the thing at the same thing we do too. Now whether it's girlfriend or a wife or what, it don't really matter. Play every role. So me see. But the thing about it, enough woman now go want you put them a girlfriend stage, them a go feel that way, them a go feel that way to say a girlfriend role you put them a play friend. You understand? But me not think so. Me not think so. If him a go all out too. That is what me I say. Understand? So the same amount of things that he's doing for you, do it for him too. Make him know say you're with him for everything we him a do. That means say.
All right. I agree, Latanya. Do you have anything to say behalf of what Stacy say?
Yeah. I hesitate. Yeah. See, it gets when you're friends. That's the thing. So, as a friendship, depend in the level of the friendship. So you meet someone, and you say, okay, we're gonna be friends. And so then, what does that look like? When does that change? How does that change? Because there are certain things that I'm doing for my man that I'm not going to do for my friend. If I have a male friend and I have a male friend that is just my friend, and there's also a friend that I'm courting or I'm dating, and we're trying to build something, that's a different type of loving that I'm doing on him. Yeah, you want for your man, you're going to make sure, hey, he has everything he needs when he comes home. You're asking about the day. You're preparing whatever. You're doing whatever you need, and you're getting what you need. It's two people in a relationship. where you are you know, doing for each other. And as a woman, you want to be in tune with what your man needs when he comes home, or when you talk, or whenever, you know, you do that. So it just depends on the level of friendship and the definition of the friendship that you're in.
So how can you define it differently from, like, what kind of approach you that tell me now? You say, all right, cool. So me like, you know, Latanya love, right? And me say more friendship, but more me now just want friendship alone. More how me bring that across? Cause would I love to know how a lady get it from a lady's perspective. Say, all right, cool. Would I want a relationship, but more make it start a friendship. So if the two of we match and we compatible and we can work together, then we can see it more seriously. How you that put it? Give me something. Right?
How do you go about that? Is that is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, isn't that communication? I think that's just a conversation. I think that's a conversation where, you know, both people are ready to move on at the same time. To say, hey, you know what, we've been talking, we've been friends, and, you know, I like the way that this is going, and I want more. You know, are you in a position? Do you want more? You know, where are we going with this? It's a conversation.
Okay, agreeable.
But question, isn't it saying where we're going with it actually, you know what I mean, state that, okay, what is your plan? And if the person don't have like a set plan for the situation, it's like, how do you answer that question? Because like, where are we going with it? That's a question right now. You got to think like, okay, cool. You got to come up with something. But the whole approach is that we're going to work and see where it goes versus setting the labels or whatever the case is. But what my perspective is with the whole situation is that every single person have a different perspective towards the label of a relationship or a girlfriend. Because some people see in friendship or girlfriend or boyfriend, or the labels actually varies from person to person in terms of their mindset, their upbringing, and what their views are as what a girlfriend is or whatever. So it's like we can't get a specific outcome with the conversation because everybody have a different thing or title or a different idea in their mind what a girlfriend is or what a boyfriend is. That's what I'm actually getting. But once you ask that question like, where is this going? Like, what are we doing? All those questions that really pose like, okay, now I need to come up with a plan to figure out how it works or what we're going to really do. And most time that is the thing that guys really don't want to do it because we don't want to plan it. We want to let it happen naturally. And that's what we're kind of we're conveying in the conversation that for most men we don't want to plan the whole thing and say, okay, this is how we want it or whatever the case is. We like to just go with the flow type of deal and then like see how it works. But with most ladies,
you gotta balance that. You can't go with, I mean, I'm all for going with the flow. I love going with the flow. There's nothing wrong with that. But there has to be a balance and a plan and going with the flow. You can go with the flow and see how it goes, but there is at some point you have to be mindful and intentional to say, hey, you know what? This is what I see for our future. This is the direction I would like to go in. Which, yeah, you flow to that point. You flow from a friendship to now to say, okay, you know what? At this point, I like what I see, or I don't like what I see, and this is you know, we're gonna flow in this direction. You can still flow, but you gotta at some point you're gonna have to balance that. You can't just you can't put a woman on a fence forever and say, oh, well, we're just flowing, and she's saying, hey, you know what? I still want to have kids. I'm 33. And I don't have any kids yet, and you want to just flow and see how you know how long you trying to flow? Where are we going?
I understand that, and I'm a person who lives in the US, and I see that a lot. Okay, but Caribbean people's perspective are totally different. So maybe that's where I kind of convey or sway you maybe left or whatever would go into the flow. So let me approach a situation from a person that articulate properly who understand like what they really want. First thing, in my conversation, like we going forward as people, we don't really, for me personally, I don't tend to see a female that I'm not interested in getting to know properly or I want to be in a relationship with and approach that person. Because first thing, like I'm not going to pick you if they're just a person I don't want to be learning about, growing with or anything of the sort. So that's why, like here in America, it's more of a
I'm
sexual
gonna
thing
cut you,
where
twin. I don't cut you, twin. I don't cut you. Exactly what I am saying to the ladies. I am saying a man would not actually approach you if he don't see you as a wife material. Come on. Yeah, yeah, you actually when you're a lady, you actually listen to how a man speaks to you. If he speaks to you in a kind of way, you know that that man don't take you for a wife material. If a man approach you the proper way, that a man should. You know that you's a wife material. It's most something about you why he approach you.
true,
You
Stacey,
don't
but
think so?
also we live in two different worlds because here in America the situation is totally different. So I do understand her perspective 100% because here in America males actually use that to manipulate females through sex. You know what I mean? They have too many females that we're just going with the flow, you know what I mean, and then using them. So if you actually live here for a while in the US, you will actually get that mentality real fast and understand that okay, I know why they think the way they think because of like the different levels of use they go through based on the mentality and the perspective of the men here. But I'm speaking from a Caribbean man perspective. You know what I mean? Coming here and realizing how they do the one night stand thing and, you know what I mean, dibble and double from female to female or just bringing females up. I do understand what she's saying. But I'm speaking from the perspective of, you know what I mean, once you get to that mature level, you're going to see who you're speaking to. You're going to look and analyze the person that you're dealing with, and then you can make that rational decision of is this something I'm willing to put that effort in to get to know this person? Because this is not for everybody in this context of the conversation. You know what I mean? Getting to know somebody, you know what I mean, going with the flow is not for everybody. You're going to actually choose the person you want to do that with.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Okay, well,
I can see that.
okay, let's learn about her perspective then, because I am speaking of my perspective of my culture. Oh, I know it. So I guess.
Yeah, totally understandable. Because
So
that's the
what
same
you
thing for
saying,
me.
Stacey, if a guy approach you calmly, proper manner, speak to you properly, you're actually going to give him your number and said, listen, let's talk, basically. I just want to get the
No,
understanding.
no, no, no. Remember relationship started with energies and frequencies, right? A female that articulate as good as you guys won't pick up the energy of a low frequency man in the first place. So a man who articulate properly come to you and speak and you have a feeling energy and be like, okay, cool, let's see where this is going.
That is not what I am saying there. That's not what I am saying.
No, I
A
was speaking
man
to Sammy. I was speaking to what
approach
Sammy
you
Sammy
properly.
question. No, I was
You're
speaking
going
to
to
Sammy
get to
question,
know that
Stacey.
person.
Yes, but I was speaking to Sammy's question, not
Okay.
yours, Stacey. So for Sammy's question, I'm saying not because every man approach you a certain way, but you're going to know. Like remember, females actually pick the guy they want to deal with, whether we like it or not. You know? So even if females always acting like oh it's all good and dandy or whatever, females do pick some guys that they only just like them because of their physical appearance or just something about that person that they're connected to. So you know what I mean? Like females are going to choose the guy they want regardless of how we like it or not. So when a female choose the guy, you pretty much got to do your homework on the person. If the person is saying let's go with the flow, you got to do your homework and see oh what flow is he going with? What is his action? Is this person going somewhere mentally with himself? Does this person really convey what he's saying? You know what I mean? In terms of like what he got going on or in his personal life or this a person just using psychologically to get over on because remember a person's actions cannot hide, you know. And that's where I'm conveying from a person's action cannot hide. You're gonna see if the guy is a builder. You're gonna see if the guy is actually putting in work in himself, like personal development. You know what I mean? Does that person have mental discipline and all of these different things that we're looking for in a relationship nowadays because we're speaking from a higher frequency and not just regular. Okay, we just want sex. So that's the level I'm speaking from. Latanya Law.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Because yeah, That's definitely a different level. When you coming from that level, then yeah, you can understand, you can go with the flow. Because then you can feel, or you can make that determination. You're at a more mature level of relationship to have that communication to go with the flow, or to when actions change, or when you can communicate that, and that's fine. But most of the time, in general, that's not what we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. It's a very rare opportunity when you come across someone and you can connect, and you meet someone that's vibrating higher like that. That's a wonderful opportunity, and you give thanks for that, because most of the time on a daily basis, what you're coming across is what I think Sexy Stacey was saying is, hey, how is the man approaching you? A woman, as a woman, we have to be able to identify what he's trying, what he wants. Is he approaching me because is he coming from that sexual aspect? Is he just wanting sex? Is he just trying to play games just for sex? Or is he vibrating higher, and now this is someone that I can take the time to get to know as a friend, so then we can determine, okay, now we can flow. Because, okay, I like you, you like me, okay, now. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah. And I always look at that aspect from a relationship perspective, say, you complement each other. You see me? Because two people what a person do alone are gonna make either you want more or you want less. Same way. Direction when we're going up go make you want all in, or you want all out, or you want wait on the sideline. Same way. That's why for me not like just meet one female and then him a push all the film plans and film idea upon me from the get-go. If you say, hey, you want to get married, you want to have kids for you, you want this, more and that. And then when you look on all that aspect, you can't hear reality of what you want, but you can't see where it go, because first thing, you don't understand this person same way. In terms of even to go to that same way. Suppose he reach for a financial aspect where you up on the lower burner now, and she have to step up to the plate same way. How she go treat her? She go treat her the same way. She go respect you as a man. She go look for you, respect her man as bro, God for the money gun. Give thanks, bro. You see me? Big up yourself. You see me? I'm go look for you as a man and treat you as a man same way, with respect, with the utmost everything, to say, yes, this is somebody who me value, this is somebody who me respect, this is somebody who me appreciate in our situation now, but me understand, say, this is one situation when not gonna last forever. Most people, alright, that is it. Thank you for your money gun as well, Sammy Boss.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Respect Twin for your money gun, respect Sammy. Alright, title code, I check in, see me, big up yourself. I don't even know who this are or what. I know who I call him. You know the first season on there.
I'm gonna add to that too. Females on the whole, I'm not sure how the man stay, but we love to get compliments.
Alright,
that's a thing right.
God, I know say like boxing or CMA, but with the topic of relationship, CMA, try. No, hey, senior. Come in, Stella Boss. Rampage me, see you. So I send I invite. Jump in our box car. From last week we there CMA. Actually they're on the third week of this conversation. And Stella Boss, I want to ladies who vote for this. And we are trying to reach to her, she don't know how go on Stella. What's going on? CMA, you vote for this. You vote, hey, last week, but maybe enjoy 3 weeks of the topic, because significantly, Latanya, I don't know about anybody else, but me get a few pointers. You see me? What could make relationship work, Coda? You see me? So we just give our feedback, so we outer look, our inner look, and the aspect of relationship, and some of the things that we value, some of the things that we don't value, some of the things that we would want to see, or that expect from a partner, or not expect from him CMA. So we just look for all of the aspects there. But me, I said this Latanya love. For the first show, me get a few takeaways. The second show last week went way much more. We get way more out of last week. Me have a few things right down when we have a research. Because I actually go in a Google, go research here and get some feedback, see me, and some things where you can keep. You understand? So
Absolutely.
yeah, man. Because last week's show was on fire, definitely for me. You see me, Vacant fans was a plus on the show, see me. The ladies, they went along phenomenal on YouTube and go along with themselves. I don't know how last week chats no normal. Very interesting. You see me? Alright. Top of the screen, Latanya, me can hear you top of the screen, you know. Yo. Alright, Stella Boss, and now jump in for the live, see me. Yeah, man. So Stella Boss last week, Stella Boss, I said first thing, Stella Boss outline, CMA, if you make female relationship work, CMA, I say, yo, trust, respect, honesty, communication, understanding each other. You see me? Yeah. So, me no remember who when I said this, you know, CMA, say involving your partner in discussion, in discussion and decision making. CMA, that a one vital thing in a relationship. Well for people in a relationship with them person and then involve them in a nothing at all. You just hear your partner say, yo, me I gotta do this tomorrow. And you like, you did it, you had him there for years and he might do something and you in your life and you don't know. That not nice. You see me?
That person is not in a relationship with you, bro. Okay. That's actually a lesson right there. For most of us as people learn that once you're in a relationship,
I think both parties should decide on what.
What about respecting their decision that they make? What about that?
That's part of
the decision that they make too. Yeah.
I understand that.
But then again, it has to make sense, you know.
Remember say, you know, the word where we are use describe a particular thing, you know, in a relationship, you know. So why would you in a relationship, Stacey, and then decide
one person?
Remember saying, you know, when you're going on a relationship, you know, that a marriage, you know. Remember say after 5 years, you know, you have a commitment, you know, with this person, you know, if you say me a common law wife, and you're entitled to offer everything where you can see where you never have no involvement in a same way. Alright. You understand? So all of that in itself, same way. Thank you for sharing your life, Coda. All of that in itself, same way. Tell you. Say if you have somebody and involve your partner in a decision making or a discussion, same way. Simply means you don't have this person so tight or have this relationships like in our relationship. It's like you're not sure you did it, but you know did it. I mean, agree with DJ Twin said that, and Coda said that is not a relationship.
You don't have them interest at heart. You don't have them interest at heart if you don't do that.
Because if you're there with somebody and you go grow with the person, see me. Big up yourself, sugar. Big up if you go grow with the person, see me. A communication alone.
Interest. You don't have them interest at heart.
Decision making alone go make you know say this person have me 100% in a planning in a future. When I hear somebody go ahead and make a decision without you or something without you, anything at all without you, that means you're not in a future plans. That's how me look funny. You don't know who are
you not have my interest at heart then. For real.
Can we be honest though? Sometimes, and this goes both relationship and friendship, we have to learn this. Sometimes we are friends or in a relationship with somebody that is not in a relationship with us. If we want to be honest. A lot of times you are in a relationship with a person and the person is not in a relationship with you. We all have to understand the whole reason and season. Some people are in your life because there's a reason why they are clinging to you, because you know what I mean, there's things that associate with you that they, you know what I mean, live off or grasp on or feed off or whatever the case is, right? So they're with you for that situation. So then if the situation changes, they will actually leave you, and those are the people that actually make plans without telling you that, okay, this is how I want to, go forward or whatever the case is. They're planning something for themselves. So it's not a us thing, it's a them thing. You understand? It's called situationships. Cool, I mean, I really call those situationships because situationships can mother call dealing with a female without putting a label on it, a situationship. You know why? Because I'm growing with a person that we already, have a verbal communication that, okay, I like you, you like me, let's see where we can head up. You know what I mean? By just working together and then whatever. I call that a situationship. Because if I call it a friendship, no, friendship come with labels. Friendship comes with labels where everybody kind of associates certain things with it. It's like, okay, I'm your friend, so I'm not supposed to do this, do that, do all of these different things. So the reason why I don't use friendship to a female is because if I say friendship, whatever interpretation she has as friendship in her mind, that's the label she's going to stick on the relationship or the situationship or whatever we got going on that we're not trying to, put no labels on. So I actually call my situation a situationship because we don't have any labels to it. There's no relationship. There's no boyfriend and girlfriend. There's no title. We're going to work for the titles that we're going to get. So whatever title you get, that means that's something you actually work for. So you get to achieve whatever you're getting out of this situationship. So that is the reason why I use situationship for my yeah. So yes, exactly, sugar. So most people are there just for the beneficial perspective of, okay, I'm benefiting from being with you. So I'm here with you. You're in a relationship with me, but I'm not in a relationship with you. And those actions will actually tell you that when a person starts doing things without you, that means they're trying to get themselves in a better situation or a bit more beneficial situation to lead you to move to somebody else. They're trying to grow by themselves and grow you out. You understand? So those are the signs that you're gonna look for as a person once you're mature enough to realize, okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, anytime you're in a relationship with a person, they're never gonna try to outgrow you and are compete. Once in a relationship, you see the person's actually compete with you. Like, you know what I mean? They have to try to win you or try to be ahead of you or all of these things. Two things. If either that person totally controls you and feel like, oh, once I'm above you, then you will always stay with me, or that person is trying to outdo you so they can actually move on to something bigger or better. You see me? And all those are actually just signs so we as people can learn from and realize where we're standing in the situation, not in the relationship, so we can actually know, is this something I need to get out of or stay in and build some more. So that's my perspective when it comes down to that.
All right, Latanya love, what's your take and your feedback behalf of that conversation?
It's a label is a label is a label. You can say, oh, it's a situationship or it's a friendship. No matter what you call it, it's still a label. It's still going to come with expectations of each person. So, yeah, I understand the concept of trying to take it slow. And I understand the concept of one person being more into it or say, hey, that person's in a relationship. One person in a relationship, but the other one isn't. But that's because of a breakdown in communication, right? It's going to go back to the same things I think we talked about for week one. Is communicating what is it that, and it changes, like you said. Just like the seasons change, relationships change. Some of them grow, some of them die. But it's about communicating, what it is, where you are at any particular time. When does that season change? How do you know that the season is that it's a reason or a season?
Relationship is not a one-way street; it's a two-way street. So you have to work both ways.
Yep. In consideration of each person. It's not me or you or it's us. It has to be.
Exactly.
And even when the season is over, it's still in the us.
Yes.
Because you have to agree, right?
Yes. It's not me alone, it's us. Yes. Two of us. We're all in this together.
inclusive of the
So
kids as well.
two years.
Remember, kids sometimes be a part of it too. So you have to include the kids them as well. So it's all of us.
Yeah, when that time come, we are all a family, we are one. But when it's two of us, it's two of us.
You know what I think? I think if we as people, male and female, I think if we can approach relationships with each other, whether it be male or female, if we approach it as when you see the other person and actually get to know that person and care for that person outside of the expectation of what that situationship, friendship, relationship, where it's going to go, where it's going to lead. If we can all just take a look at each other as how can we help? How can I support you? How can I support you as my sister? How can I support you as my brother? If we could approach people and relationships like that, and you do for someone, and you want to help someone, and you grow with someone, just because you want to see that person excel, and vice versa, they want to see you. So it's always an us. And then out of that, something may grow. Something's going to grow from that, or it's only for a season that person came into your life, or you learned a lesson, or that person helped you to see something, or that person's in your life now for a lifetime because you saw something in each other and you were able to grow together. But if we can approach it as a person, as my brother, as my sister, trying to uplift and do for one another and help us all grow, then I think we would have better outcomes, and we won't be in situations where I'm in a relationship by myself, because we're on the same page and we're looking out for one another.
All right. So.
Right now,
Give me a minute.
the big issue about
Seriously.
a relationship, I think when you're getting into a relationship, the thing that you should ask is what you can put table. I make him tell you, you can't go wrong with that. If you not do that, it not a balance. What you can put to the table. I think you should ask that question. What you can put to the table.
All right. So give me a minute. STS same here. Me. Somebody has say over on YouTube. You see me. Sometimes individual hook up for a one night stand, you see me? And then after the chemistry, then develop, you understand? This into a lifetime relationship. So me agree with that same way. That's why when we use if it basis of friendship, the starters and like as Tim say labeled and Latanya say labeled and based off of you labeled that, you say yo, me don't look on it as you just say you're my friend. So because you're my friend, me now go a certain aspect, me now go put out certain things, me now go do. You understand? So that in itself make it go in a different direction. But sometimes you hook up for one night stand on a lifetime, a baby, a marriage, same way, that great friendship. It provides so much opportunity of comfort, of growth. You see me? Same way, just because you don't know who you are going to hook up with. And that's our aspect, that's why we have this conversation, because you don't know you don't know what that person have to offer. Maybe you longing for something.
Amari, that don't work. That is not a 50. That is not a 100% chance. That won't work majority of the time, because me can tell you say we are gonna be just friends and we connected, and then you have some flaws in my life. Me, I gonna tell you say no. I want you. No, that don't work. That is not a 100% so man. Every time that happens. Compulsory that compulsory.
That's why I hear he never say every time, he says sometimes. Maybe if you listen more, you understand more. You see me?
It would be good for us to not be afraid and be more vulnerable instead of having this guard. But as human being, we have to understand the guards that we put up because people experience a lot of stuff, abusive, not wanting the person because they not have this. I mean, I need just more than a friend, not knowing that the person want to go deeper, but because of certain standard and certain background check that he wants to do. I mean, it's all about the guard that we put up and come across about different concepts. That's how I see it. And that's typical human being.
Is it the same guard you put up to keep good things or keep bad things or keeping good things from coming in? Because a lot of times, if we're going to keep up all those guards, the guards work both ways because if you have to put up the guards to keep out the bad things, when the good thing's supposed to come in, how is it going to come out coming? So sometimes you really have to do that. I think that's what Latanya was saying earlier on when the live just starts, where it starts with the work that you do on yourself.
So put it this way, twin. Put it this from female perspective. Say yes, you like me and I like you too, but I'm hiding it. Say you are doing everything else we never get before. I mean, I'm just going to be real and be honest. It's hard to let go. It's hard to let go certain things, but when you see how real a man is,
I do understand that. That's what I'm saying. I feel like all persons, not just man or woman, should go and do that internal work on themselves. Because if you realize you're putting guards up, that means there's certain internal work you need to do on yourself. It's a reason why you're putting those guards up. Obviously, there's a part of your life you need to work on. You know what I mean? There's things you need to understand better about yourself. You know what I mean? There might be trauma there. There's other things where you might go through where you're not willing to open up to other persons. As long as you realize you're not willing to open up, take a break and take some time to yourself and go figure out why am I putting all these guards up? Why am I so, you know what I mean, scared to approach a situation or whatever? Because whether we like it or not, we're only here for these moments, you know. You see me? We're only here to experience these moments, you know what I mean, go through the different phases, the ups and the downs with people because at the end of the day, we're on a journey. We can't worry about the destination so much. We have to learn to appreciate and love the journey. The people that will come and go, you know what I mean? The people make sure we share happy moments, sad moments, where actually every sad moment actually help with better than the happy moments and help us to be a better person ourselves. So why we complain about those so much and make that be the elephant in the room? Actually, that's where self-development and empowerment lies. You know, every single thing bad will happen to it. Yeah. Like we just need to experience life and just know that we're here for the moments. That's it. And that alone never being something later on. What if we put up a wall and a box and we decide we're not going to experience nothing? When we get to the point where we want to experience and we can't experience no, then we're gonna be sad and feeling bad. Why I didn't do this when I had the chance? So that's something where me personally did. You know what I mean, for myself a couple of years ago. I realized, maybe have a whole blockage up and concerns and not trusting people or whatever the case is. Because I always tell myself like after a particular situation, I'm not gonna trust no woman again. And like I had to work on myself and realize, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna love somebody again, and that person gonna break me out. I'm gonna work on myself again. I love somebody again because I'm only here for these moments. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for. So putting up these walls, honestly, as people, just know there's something about yourself you need to go. You know what I mean? Do some self check and analyze what's going on, and then just brush off yourself and move on again because that's the only thing gonna matter later on. That's my opinion.
Nathaniel, based on that aspect of the topic and where we reach now, what would you have to say?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, there's triggers. There's what's triggering you. What is it? You'll miss out. Yeah, I can speak from experience. When you have those walls up and you because of past hurt, because of whatever it is that you haven't healed, that you haven't taken the time to self-develop, and you'll miss out. And once you think you're ready, time has already passed. You missed the moment. So that self-development, that self-work is important. And when then you can recognize I think Sexy Sammy was saying that earlier, where okay, when someone approaches you, then you already know. But if you're not self-aware, then you're listening for what you want to hear, and that's from the man's perspective when they're saying, "Hey, no, I ain't say that," but you're hearing, "Hey, on day one, I want to be in a relationship." But when you're more self-aware and you're doing the work, then you can kind of recognize the bullshit. You also recognize that one that's vibrating higher. So then you know how to move and position, go from there. But yeah, that's important.
Well said. Well said. Well said. Because a lot of times you are trying to bring something, more positive or some positive aspect in a relationship by introducing certain things to the female. And as Latanya said, him a hear what him want to hear. Him no understand based off of what you're understanding. She just want to hear what she want to hear. So if she feel like you're in a disagreement with her in terms of what you are doing and what you are saying, right, there's a confusion, and then she will come off wrong, and then you might have said something again and she misinterpret it to be something else. That's
Yep.
how you find. That's how you find people when you just start talking to new people, and you are open up to them, and they will understand you personally, what you like, what you not like, you dislike. Some of them easy to draw away and change their mind towards you because them when want things to work in a this way, and you outline it to say, okay, all right, this is a situation same way, but we have to go try to compromise or work with each other based on our standpoint and what we value in a relationship, what we really want, what we want to get out of this, what the objective at the end of the day, what we really want to gain from this friendship or this relationship. Same way. What a long term goal, what a short term goal. You see me? What's the destination? Same way. Because you want to know where it gonna go. I wonder if I just from South Spring Road that's to write a sham shop you want to go. So point have from right that's to Kingston in their mind. So for the 14 you want to reach. And when you reach at OT, I say, oh, yeah, so me I come off. I say, well, me not ready for you to come off it. What you say? I St. Thomas, me I go in and more, come at St. Thomas with me. I say, no, brother, I never that me never agree that me never sign up to come at St. Thomas. Me see I go on a journey, but guess what? Me come on a journey to tag along for the OT and me reach at OT and I say, come on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you want to know the destination, where you're going. Yeah.
you
want to enjoy the journey along the way. You're going to enjoy the journey, but you got to have a destination.
Yeah, you have to know if the person where you are going agree to go where you are going to.
But how you gonna make those moments? How you gonna make those moments? If every time you gotta know that, because that's the thing when me I try to understand fully, because for me personally it's like if you already know the destination, that means that you already have it planned out. You already made your mind up of what it is, how you want it, and whatever the case is. And from my understanding, I realize that life is never that way. Never, ever, ever that way. So how you going to leave yourself room to realize that, okay, cool. Let me leave some room for whatever happens. I'm going to figure a way how to deal with it. Because if that person decides that person is going to come off and watch you, you're not ready for that person to leave. You are going to be the one who have to be grown enough to realize, okay, that's where this person, you know what I mean? That's where that person's journey ends. You still have to go. You still have to go St. Thomas, right? You're not going to be like, okay, the person didn't come. You're gonna have to find somebody else along the way if you decide that or just go about it alone. So you're going to have to learn have that open mind to realize, okay, reason and season. Some people come to last a lifetime. Some people come to last a decade. You know what I mean? So when the decade comes, you're going to tell that person, say, oh, I have a lifetime plan for you. No, because the relationship is not about you. The relationship is about us. If the person that falls short on certain things, yes, we have compromise, and then some compromise does not go work. So we have to be okay with things like these, and I mean going forward in our mental capacity to understand, okay, everybody are gonna be totally different. You know what I mean? The way we associate with people and we want people to associate with us. Most time it is never fair, and we just have to just come to the conclusion here. It is never fair. So we just have to just work with people because we want to work with them, You know what I mean? Because all of this conversation is all about trying to work together, you know. So we want to work with people, but sometimes we also got to include that person in life, you know, for themselves. Because what about this perspective, right? Sammy, Latanya, Stacy. How about sometimes in our
Respect for you,
relationship with a
father.
person, and you when you
Sure.
realize the
Welcome to
direction
the
the
life.
person is going is totally different from the direction you want to go. Is it fair to keep going in that direction with the person because oh I love this person and I like what we got going on, or sometimes you got to actually consider yourself and realize, you know, this person's actually going to the west side and actually want to go to the east side. You're going to have to realize, okay, sometimes it's time to cut off that connection so you can also get to the journey that you want to really be on. Because yes, we got compromise, you know, but sometimes some people go in somewhere where you don't want to go any at all. So you know that at that point you gotta be true to yourself.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
When it
respect.
comes to
That's
that point.
exactly
Yeah.
my
But
point.
you
Exactly my point. That's why I'm saying to you, when you're going to get when you're getting into a relationship, ask the person what they want because you supposed to tell me which journey you are gonna stop or how far along you want to go.
But
So
sometimes the
me
person
can
don't have that
choose whether or
figured out
not
yet.
I want it or not.
Say sometimes we as person don't have that figured out as yet. Remember, say, I from from my growing up from 0 to 32. I didn't have all this figured out, you know, because it's still a puzzle. I'm still figuring out as I go along, and
Along the
sometimes we
way.
tend to have
Along the
this
way.
perspective as people
But
supposed to
now,
know
but
it
now,
all
right.
ahead of time to tell us what they want, how they want it,
Want
and
it.
all of these things. But just like we don't have it figured out, don't we should understand that they don't have it figured out too.
Well, I guess I grow different because when I'm growing up, that is what my father always teach me. When you're getting into a man, ask him what do him want, and him supposed to list out where you want before you get down the line. Because if you go down the line with that person and him no want the same thing when you want it. Nah go fit it, nah go make out, nah go make no sense and you got a problem. So ask first before you get in with a relationship with the person. Make him know what you want and you ask him what him want. Understand?
Uh,
So no trouble can did it.
yeah, understandable, and we already
So me
we,
always have that mindset to know that.
yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but we actually done clarify the partner, but and I mean, conversating about where you think you want to go or whatever the case is. I was just political on the part that sometimes when the time comes for you to sever ties, you know what I mean, separate this from people changing, just like what I was saying around about the whole season changing. Because sometimes when the season change, you know, the season change and something happen to you within that season change when your perspective change, your views change, you might outgrow the person. Because this is our wide conversation, you know. We have got to understand people outgrow people. So sometimes at times we sever ties. We're not about knowing what the person wants. I'm saying we already know that what the person
Thank you for
actually
your
be
talk,
like
Sam.
with
Thank you for your talk,
10
Sam,
years, 20
sweetheart.
years, or whatever the case is. But when the season change and you outgrow that person, and you know what I mean, you might change direction or
Thank you
whatever.
for the
It is,
share
I
as
think it's
well.
okay for you acknowledge that to yourself and know that okay, cool, I'm changing directions. I
Mhm.
want something else, you know what I mean? And be fair to yourself also. Yes, you're going to be fair to the person, but a lot of times you actually first have to be true to you. Because if they can't be true to you, you can't be true to nobody else. And that's my views.
Alright, big up on yourself over there on YouTube. So I want to welcome TikTok now on Twin Supreme Radio Show. So this is actually Twin Supreme Radio Show on YouTube. So we are involved TikTok in the same way. Yeah man, respect for all of that. We appreciate you guys being here same way. Respect for all our likes, them share up the live same way. Alright, so we just have a discussion around relationship and how we can make relationship work. Who just come, who just join same way. You understand? So that our topic all about. Latanya love. Based on what my brother says same way, what would your outlook on
um yeah, you it does take, but who's leading this journey? It's two people going in the same direction. And at some point in time, either person can change their mind, right? And that's okay. That's okay. But the whole point of being in a relationship is that, hey, we're deciding we're both going in the same direction on this journey. We may not. We have a general destination. These moments are going to happen along this journey. We don't decide that. Those are going to happen. Things are going to happen along the journey. We have a general, and the direction may change, and that's okay. If we're changing direction together, then we have a general idea. We have a destination. We have a plan. That's not to say that plan won't change, but as long as we change together, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
And that's the goal. And when that season is over, and we're in Montego Bay, one wants to go to Kingston, one wants to go to Ochi, then there's a parting of the ways. Hopefully, on good terms, and it's all good stuff.
All good stuff. Agree. Because sometimes you have some people in your life, and it's time to move on from them. And you don't. A lot of time, people feel like leaving somebody behind or moving from a relationship. People feel like you have to have this big old uproar, or you have to have this big old disagreement. You don't necessarily have to be that same way. You can love somebody and be with somebody, and a time to move on, you can come and say, hey, Latanya, love, I really appreciate all the time that we have spent together, and we have been on this phenomenal journey. I enjoy your company so much, but I am heading to Kingston. You say, what's your direction? I am going to Negril, and that's okay. We're supposed to, still can communicate and be good with each other, and appreciate that person, for the time they spent, and all the stuff that has happened over that period of time, see me on that journey. So you have to know to say not every time you have somebody have to part, it have to be a breakup. We have to have this disagreement to say, hey, we go part ways, and because we go part ways, we're not going to communicate with each other for the rest of our life. Those stands are ridiculous. That's my outlook, or inner look on those aspects. Because growth is really bigger than that. We can grow in several different ways. Some cross season. Yeah, man, reason and season. Reason we have reason and we have season. And we appreciate them. Most people don't see them that way. Me learn from get out of breakups. Like before, every single time me and somebody have to depart, have to be a breakup where we decide say, yo, we done with each other. And then me find myself over a number of years from me start work for myself and look for a certain aspect of life differently. Say, me think that dumb, because in the future the person can, have something where you need. You can have something where you need, you can have something where you need, same way. And the feeling for mutual where we still can connect and, agree if we disagree or help each other in any form of way we're supposed to. Easily, effortlessly, without we say, hey, say, because we won't break up or we won't go through this uproar, we not go. No. We can deal with things as adults way better. We can look on it way different. That's how my understanding to relationships, say, after a season done, we not have to go through no disgrace, curse each other, malice each other, black and delete each other. What? You don't think those kind of relationship to me outdated. You see me? When time I deal with somebody, if they want to cut me off the way they fine, I have no problem. But me no want to do that. That is not gonna be my decision to make. That's a far no Blake. That's a far with one.
Yeah, okay.
That's my outlook. So how you look, what you say towards that? Yeah, man, do it peacefully, man.
Yeah, especially if you know that if people come into your life for a reason and a season, and when I feel like when you understand that, even when that season is over, you're so appreciative for that season that it's okay that it's over, but I still know you. For that season, this was a wonderful season.
Sure.
And to take nothing away from it, although the season has changed and we're moving on, you know what? In the future, because of the relationship that was built during that season, then you always have that connection. You always have that time. You always have those moments that you share, that you have learned and built from. It can come back and use those resources.
Definitely. Agreeable. Because sometimes you're going to some people's life, and I tell you, say, your name not there again, but you know, every connection you have can bring the best out of life. A lot of good stuff can come out of that. A lot of good stuff can happen right there. So just because of how deal with each other and move away from each other in terms of sexual, of having that kind of connection, but you still have that bond where you can say, yes, this person play a significant role in my growth, in my enlightenment, in my upliftment, and all the different stuff. Same way, even with the eye opener, same way, to say, hey, listen, this is how me look for life. How you view this, you say, all right, cool, you know, me not see eye to eye with this, me not understand it. All right, cool, let's hold your hand. Let me hold your hand and bring you upon a journey. Let me open your eyes to certain things. Let me show you certain different prospect. Let me show you some different approach. As a man, as a female, same way. Some people don't appreciate these things. Why? Because already stubborn same way and things that every time somebody show them something, they try to change them for the worse and not for the better. Some people can actually see benefit. When we are more beneficial to them to say, yo, you know, say if we change this today, this will serve me in the future way better. So me think this is something we will go with. You have some people can't see beyond or understand or comprehend beyond certain points. So it have to be, you know, a competition. This fight, it's have to be all about a battle. Yo, you win, me lose. So
the sex, whether sex is involved, does it change from a male and a female perspective? When sex is involved, is it a different ball game? Is it different? Is it as easy as we're speaking that you can make those changes, or does sex bring about a different aspect of the relationship that makes it more difficult to recognize and amicably leave the relationship where it is peaceful?
It all depends on the mindset of the two parties same way in terms of the level where they at, the growth where they have same way, and it all depending on how that person connect or relate to that sex same way. Because if somebody connect to sex and you're really into sex, then you know it's gonna be way more harder, way more challenging. Same way. It's gonna be difficult to let go. But if that connection or that level or aspect towards sex is not so great or phenomenal for you, then it will easy if you make a choice based off of what you think or you know.
Sex connection. My opinion on that perspective is that if just like I said, if the level of sex is great, it makes it more difficult because we as people know not everybody is on the same level mentally or sexually. You know what I mean? So finding that strong sexual connection with a person is actually something that most people search hard to find. And then after you find that one or two, you're not necessarily going to find it again. You know what I mean? And yeah, we can extend the conversation to this is why guys feel certain way with other guys sleeping there with their woman is because you never know the level of stimulation mentally next man is going to give you a female, and if that person does that, you know, she's not coming back.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So
Sure.
that's where that level comes in. They understand that sex play as one of the greatest, sex and finance play the greatest role in a relationship, how a relationship works. And that's the reason why if the level of the sex is great, sometimes the people will part ways, but they still actually still have sexual intercourse on the side. Because like if a female body gets to a certain level of stimulation and this is her normal and then she loses that and then when she's searching with other males she can't find it, she's always going to be triggered, you know what I mean, by figuring out how to get at that level. You see me? So the sex actually play a big dynamic in it because like once a person is stimulated by that good sex, it's kind of hard to like get their mind to be okay and pleasing to other people that are not getting them to that level.
All right, so Queen, give me a minute, see me, because you know we're upon YouTube, I know we're upon TikTok, see me, so we go continue.
Yeah, actually,
We'll continue upon TikTok, see me, what I'm telling you. We know maybe I go, but we'll continue upon TikTok, see me, so the YouTuber, see me. You know, it was a pleasure having you guys on Twin Supreme Radio Show this week. Really appreciate the time that you guys spend. Normally we do credit giveaway, see me, but you know, credits some are here. But now, we not see all of my people move expect to turn out on YouTube, see me this week. So, you know, I credit them there. And every week, every Monday night we do this. So, you know, go through that now, see me. 1 hour and 50 minutes normally, we don't go up so long. Well, the three topics are work to almost 2 hours, so we don't want to bring the one so long. So, we think this is going last week pertaining to this relationship topic on YouTube. But it was a pleasure having you guys. You know, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel CMA for growth and upliftment and upbringing CMA. As in, all about motivation when it comes to Twin Supreme Radio Show. If you like a content CMA, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Leave a comment all the time. All right. So, my YouTubers, give thanks. It was a pleasure having you guys over tonight. It's a blessing. Until next week, same time, same place. Yeah, man. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for making Twin Supreme Radio Show another week, another video. Respect. Good night, my people. On YouTube, by the way. All right.